is Chick in the Kitchen.
I'm Lizzie.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Natalie.
And this is our first educational video.
This is Chicken 101.
How to take care of your chickens. First, we're going to talk about the supplies that you need from the time your chicks are 1 to 2 weeks old. This is a heat lamp. You need to have a light with it. It can either be white or red. And then you also need to have this cage on your light if the light falls. If no chicks will get trapped and the light won't be touching the shavings. You also need to have a clamp or some way to hang it up. This clamp makes it so that you can just clip it to a piece of wood. It's very tight, so it'll stay up and fastened to the board. Second thing is this waterer. This is the smallest water you can get. It has a nice small base so that your chicks can't fall in and get wet and then get cold. You should always make sure that you have a full waterer and it's clean and fresh. When we get our chicks the first 2 days, we gave them sugar water, and that just helped them have enough energy. The third thing is this feeder. The feeder is also one of the smallest feeders you can get. You need to make sure it's clean and fresh like the water and always full so that they always have access to food. Depending on how many chicks you have, you want to make sure you have enough of each of these supplies. The more chicks you have, the more feeders, waters, and lights you're going to need so that your chicks can be dispersed throughout the coop.
Alright, so these are the supplies that you're going to need for the 3 to 5 week period of the chicken's life. First thing is about the heat lamp. When they're little chicks, you want the heat lamp closer to the ground so that they have a lot of heat. But when they start to get older, like in the 3 to 5 week period, they're going to need the heat lamp to go up a little bit so that they have enough heat but still have some heat so they help them feather out. The next thing is the waterer. The waterer here is a lot different from the chick waterer. It has a bigger base and it's actually a gallon waterer because they drink more now that they're getting older. And so you always want to keep it fresh, clean, daily, and you also want to keep it up off the ground just a little bit so that the chickens don't kick shavings into the water. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the feeder. Like you saw in the chick feeder is a lot smaller. This is wider and longer, and it has a lot more little feeder holes. The chickens will spread out more evenly, and they'll evenly consume, hopefully, each grain, water, and get enough heat.
Supplies you are going to need for chickens 6 to 8 weeks old. The first thing I am going to talk about is a waterer. And just like the other one, this one is actually, I think, 2 gallons, and you can hang it from the ceiling. The reason why you want to do this is because you don't want them to lay down while drinking their water, and it also keeps their water clean. The second thing I'm going to be showing you guys today is the feeder. This is a 12-pound feeder, so it keeps plenty of food for them because they eat a lot of food. And this also hangs just like the water so that it's off the ground.
First, we'd like to thank Terrace Farmers Union for donating most of our food. We mostly feed the Blue Seal Home Fresh Grow and Show, and we also feed the Poulin Broiler Crumble. So here's what it looks like. This is what we feed our chickens through week 1 and week 8. They always stay on crumble.
Now we are going to be talking about bedding. For bedding from 1 to 2 weeks, we like to use newspaper. Newspaper is really easy just to fold up and throw away. From 3 to 8 weeks, we use shavings. Shavings are really nice. They help keep the pen clean and dry.
Here is my setup. I have 19 birds in this coop. Here are my 2 feeders. They are up off the ground so that they can stay clean and so that they have to stand while they eat from the feeders. Standing helps them to build muscle in their legs and makes sure that they're getting up and moving. I always make sure that the feeder is full, and when I notice that this is empty, I shake it around a little bit to make sure that the food is coming right down to the bottom. I have clips here so that I can easily take out the feeder. And I have baling twine hanging it from the ceiling from these 2 hooks. And as they grow and they get taller, I raise it up so that they will continue to stand and won't lay down while they eat. Here is my 5-gallon water. I fill it every 2 days, about, and I always dump it when it's dirty and to make sure the water is always fresh and clean. Since we are raising our chickens in a little bit colder time of year, we still do have a heat lamp on them, even though they are feathered out and almost to the 8-week point. It's just because it still gets a little bit colder at night. So that's our coop. We hope you enjoyed our video on chicken care. Please feel free to comment any questions below and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. See you next time!